In other news now, there are reports of South African students who are facing eviction and academic exclusion as the government here has not paid for their fees and accommodation. The students have reached out to the SABC, while the economic freedom fighters, the EFF, has said it will write to the Higher Education, Science and Technology Minister Blade Nzimande, demanding immediate intervention for the students there. Two of those students, Moeketsi, Maeyane and Senatla, Mabeleng, in Portugal, join us now live. A very good evening to you both. Thanks indeed for your time. Senatla, I think I'll start with you. I understand you are at the University of Madeira. What is your situation there?
Good evening to you. At the University of Madeira, our situation was the financial obligations of the Free State government and the university have not been met. Like, there were delays on the financial obligations since we've been here, since 2017, 18, and 20, until this year. Mm-hmm. So now, on this matter, the university have been so persistent with the government, even though they were delaying the payment throughout the time that we've been here. And so now, these delays of the government's payment have led us to a situation where the university doesn't want to register us here in Madeira. So now, the guy who is responsible for us as international students, he said that we once contacted him, like one of my fellow students contacted him on the issue of registrations. And then he said that he will not register us because the Free State government will not pay. He just said that.
We'll come to that very shortly. Let me just try and find out from you, Moeketsi, how many South African or students from South Africa are affected by this?
Thank you for having us, Sister Griselda. In the University of Madeira, there are 33 students, and then in the mainland at University of Minho, there are 8 students. Mm-hmm. There's 1 student at Villarreal University, UTAD, and then there are 18 students, if I'm not mistaken, from the University of Portugal.
Mm-hmm. So, Moeketsi, paint a picture for us of what the situation is like. You are the university is threatening or is already not registered you. I understand the money for accommodation has also not been paid. Tell us exactly what's going on there. Are there threats to kick you out of your accommodation? Are you registered as yet? Or what's the story?
Basically, from the University of Madeira, like my colleague mentioned earlier on, like they have been persistent with us. They've allowed us to stay here, even though the payments haven't been made. Mm. But then the situation is a bit complicated in the mainland, University of Minho to be specific, where they have been given a notice of the Free State has been given the notice of up until the 15th of this month, which is on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, to make the payments, or else starting on the 18th February, the students there will be required to leave the university premises and the residence.
Do you have food at all? Do you have anything to get by? How are you surviving?
The Free State has been paying our stipends and
all right.
and the residence has been supplying us with food, but then we don't know about the situation in the mainland at the moment. But then some of them have been paying for food out of their own pocket.
Senatla, have you heard anything from the authorities here? I know that some political parties are very upset over what is taking place. They've promised to write to the EFF has promised to write to Dr. Blade Nzimande. Has anyone contacted you at all about what's going to happen next?
Yes. We were contacted by, I think it's I forgot his name, but he's from EFF and he's Tambo. I think he was representing the students. So now he contacted us yesterday.
Yes.
he contacted us yesterday, and then he said that he's going to go to Blade Nzimande, and then Blade will deal with, or the government will deal with the issues of the payment, like as immediately. He said that. He promised to do that.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, are the universities, with the communication that has now come through, are there any promises that perhaps they will just hold on a little bit longer? Moeketsi, you spoke about the 15th of February. That's next week, Monday. If that deadline is not met, I guess you fear for what's going to happen next.
Yes. We scared. We don't want to lie, Sis Griselda. We scared. We don't want. The thing is, when we left the country, we were told to be patriots of our nation here abroad. But then now that our government is failing, like, we've been representing South Africa so well here, but then our government is not meeting us halfway. So, like, we're scared. We don't know what's going to happen.
And I guess that's the same sentiment that is shared by the other students there, some of your friends as well. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Yes, that's true, Sister.
Yes.
I understand.
And
please
one,
go ahead.
So, okay. And one other thing, the communication with the Free State government has not been that good because of the university has been sending tons of emails to the Free State government and no response thus far. Like, they are not responding to any emails from the university and from our residents.
And I understand that...
so we don't know our situation.
Yeah. Some of the students at the other universities are in a similar situation. Any of them, have you guys come together to try and see where you can help each other in the meantime until this, I guess, is resolved? We're really hoping, our producer here on The Full View Promise will definitely we'll do a follow-up on this to make sure that you do get some kind of assistance. But what's the situation for the other students in the other universities where the two of you are separate universities from where you are?
Sis Griselda, me and Senatla, we're from the same university.
That's right, Madeira, yes.
Yes, but then my colleagues in the mainland, because we're far away from each other, like Madeira is an island, and then my colleagues in the mainland are like far away. It's like a flight away. So it's difficult for us to like have communication and some help. So we've been trying to like keep in contact via WhatsApp and other social networks.
You wanted to add, Senatla?
Yes, and from those universities, I have contacted some of the students that I know there, and then considering the registrations, they have registered, but the government has not paid yet. So now, their issue with registration is just the payment. They have to be paid so that they can be like they can not have any debt.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm really hoping that the authorities here back at home are watching and really do understand your pain. Back there in Portugal, I cannot imagine. It's not nice to be sitting, I guess, in a foreign country and not knowing when, if you're going to be kicked out of your residence or if you'll be able to proceed with your studies there. But I'm hoping that with this, the authorities here in South Africa will follow up on what they're supposed to do, and we certainly will follow up on that as well. Our Full View senior producer, Promise Lamini, was in touch with you a bit earlier on today, and I'm sure she will follow up on this, and we hope that the authorities who are listening or watching would be able to resolve this as soon as possible. We'll check with you again, I guess, towards the 15th to see if any of these changes have been made. You wanted to add, Moeketsi?
Yes, I just wanted to say, like, to make this like clear, Sis Griselda. The thing is, we don't want to moisturize our leaders in the provincial government.
Right.
We're thankful about like them giving us the scholarship, but then we just want them to like demystify this situation for us.
Right.
Because this situation is like agitating for each and every student like abroad. I don't want to say in Madeira, in the mainland, there are so many students like that the Free State government sent abroad. So if they see this is happening to us, and then it's going to be agitating for them as well. So, but then we don't want to moisturize our government. We're thankful about this opportunity that they've given us, and we would like to thank Meso again for like putting this out there. Like yesterday, this got so much attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to like make that clear, Sis Griselda.
And I totally understand. I cannot imagine what it would be like being there as a student, and you being threatened with being evicted from that particular institution or accommodation because the necessary fees and monies have not been paid. We'll certainly follow up on this. Thank you very much to both of you, Moeketsi as well as Senatla, joining us. South African students live from Portugal in that country. Some challenges there. The South African government hasn't paid what is supposed to be due to the university there. For accommodation as well. They're a bit concerned about what happens next, but I'm sure that will be resolved as soon as possible. We hope indeed that it does get resolved.